The sun hung low over Highway 287, painting Missouri's wheat fields gold. At 3:47 p.m. on September 14, 1991, Officer Ashley Mitchell's voice crackled through a radio, calm and steady, reporting a meal break near Riverside Bridge. She parked her chrome patrol motorcycle, its rumble fading into the quiet countryside. 30 minutes later, she was gone. No scream, no skid marks, no trace. Her radio fell silent, her bike vanished. For 7 years, Benton County searched for their beloved officer. What they found in forgotten ravine wasn't just evidence. It was a chilling question. Who had Ashley's secret? The morning of September 14, 1991, broke clear over Benton County, Missouri, the sky a crisp blue, the air a gentle 72 degrees. At 6:45 a.m., Officer Ashley Mitchell, 32, pulled into the sheriff's station, her chrome patrol motorcycle gleaming under the early sun. Her dark brown hair was tucked into a regulation bun, her uniform pressed sharp. Ashley was a fixture here, known for her warm smile and steady presence. 8 years on the force. She'd never miss a shift. Locals loved her. She'd stop to help stranded drivers, often buying gas for those short on cash, her bike's compartment stuffed with jumper cables and tools. At the station, Ashley ran her routine checks. Radio, tires, engine, all good. She chatted with the desk sergeant about her weekend plans. A trip to see her parents in Springfield after her shift. By 7:30 a.m., she radioed dispatch, her voice calm, reporting clear roads on Highway 287, her 60-mile patrol route through rolling farmland. It was a quiet Saturday, the highway dotted with farmers' trucks and the occasional tourist. Ashley knew every mile marker, every dirt road, every diner. She was due to stop at Miller's gas station for coffee, maybe Riverside Diner for lunch. Highway 287 was the heart of Benton County, connecting small towns like Cedar Falls, population 3,400, where everyone knew Ashley. She'd wave to kids, chat with farmers, and check on elderly residents. Her supervisor called her the most reliable officer he'd ever known. At 2:30 p.m., Mary Chin, the gas station attendant, saw Ashley grab her usual black coffee and chocolate donut. She was her normal self, Mary later told police, talking about the weather, excited for her weekend. Around 3:45 p.m., trucker Bill Santos spotted patrol bike near Riverside Bridge, but he couldn't confirm it was Ashley. At 3:47 p.m., Ashley radioed dispatch. Code 7 meal break, mile marker 143, Riverside Bridge. Her voice was steady, maybe a touch tired after 8 hours on duty. Dispatch logged it, expecting her back on patrol by 4:30, but the radio stayed silent. By 4:45, dispatcher Linda Rodriguez tried reaching her. Static. At 5:15, she tried again, her voice tighter. No response. By 5:30, Sergeant Tom Bradley was calling Ashley's badge number, urgency creeping in. Nothing. At 6 p.m., search units rolled out, their lights piercing the dusk. Riverside Bridge, 30 miles northeast of the county seat, marked a shift from farmland to rugged terrain. The search focused there, but the scene was empty. No bike, no uniform, no signs of a crash. Volunteers poured in, farmers, shopkeepers, neighbors, combing ditches and fields with flashlights. By midnight, hope dimmed. Dawn brought helicopters, tracking dogs, and deputies from 3 counties. The dogs caught Ashley set near the bridge, but lost it after a few hundred yards. Over 200 searchers scoured the area, but the countryside was vast, swallowing secrets in its folds. The community rallied. Cedar Falls Methodist Church became a hub, serving meals to searchers. Businesses donated supplies. A reward fund hit $25,000. Ashley wasn't just an officer. She was a woman who jump-started your car, laughed with your kids. Prayer vigils filled churches, candles flickering as locals sang Amazing Grace. Her parents, Robert and Margaret Mitchell, joined every search, Robert clutching Ashley's photo, Margaret holding her daughter's favorite coffee mug. Their younger daughter, Jennifer, drove from Kansas City weekly, keeping hope alive. Investigators built a timeline. Ashley's day was routine until 3:47 p.m. The 43-minute gap between her last call and her expected check-in became the puzzle's heart. Was it breakdown? A medical emergency? Foul play? Ashley had arrested petty offenders over the years. Could one hold a grudge? A darker theory whispered. Had she chosen to vanish? But her family dismissed it. Ashley loved her life, Margaret said. She'd never leave us. Tips flooded in. A woman like Ashley at a Kansas City truck stop. A patrol bike near St. Louis. Each lead fizzled. Psychics called, claiming visions, but offered no proof. The FBI was consulted, but with no federal crime. They stayed on the sidelines. By November, snow blanketed the fields, halting searches. The case went cold. Ashley's badge number, 247, retired. Her parents kept her room untouched, a quilt folded on her bed, photos on the dresser. The silence was deafening. What happened in those 43 minutes? Did Ashley stumble onto something or someone she wasn't meant to see? In spring 1993, Detective Mike Torres arrived in Benton County, a 15-year veteran from Kansas City, with a personal stake in cold cases. His brother's unsolved murder drove him. Ashley's disappearance, now 18 months old, landed on his desk. Torres dove in, rereading every report, statement, and photo. He noticed gaps. Some witnesses' accounts conflicted slightly, and areas along Highway 287, especially near Riverside Bridge, hadn't been fully searched due to rough terrain or private land. Torres mapped Ashley's route and found pattern. 2 other disappearances, rancher Dale Hoffman in 1989 and salesman Gary Peterson in 1990, occurred near Riverside Bridge, all during daylight on weekends, all involving lone travelers. The cases formed a triangle, with the bridge at its center. Was a predator targeting isolated drivers? Ashley's training should have protected her, but a serial offender might explain the vanishings. Torres hit resistance. Locals at Riverside Diner clammed up when he asked about the cases, old-timers muttering about things best left alone. His captain urged focus on active cases, citing budget limits. Undeterred, Torres worked off duty, driving rural roads, interviewing elderly residents. His marriage strained, his wife frustrated, said he spoke more of Ashley than their family. But Torres couldn't stop. He visited Robert and Margaret Mitchell, promising answers, seeing their pain mirror his own. Riverside Bridge became his focus. Built in 1934, it spanned a ravine prone to flooding. Local lore called it cursed, tied to 1940s crashes where cars plunged into the depths. Torres wondered if its isolation made it a trap. He studied the Mackenzie Place, a 2,000-acre abandoned ranch 10 miles away. Ezra Mackenzie, its reclusive owner, died in 1987, leaving decaying buildings and rumors of strange lights and visitors. Teens partied there, but adults avoided it. Could it hide evidence? In February 1994, Torres explored the Mackenzie property. The main house was a burnt-out shell, but a bar, machine shop, and concrete block building stood. He found rusted tools and animal nests, but the land size demanded more resources. His request for ground-penetrating radar was denied. Budget cuts and legal hurdles blocked access to private land. Torres felt the community was hiding something, a secret buried in their silence. By 1997, new GPS technology offered hope. Torres mapped unsearched areas along Ashley's route, identifying 3 spots missed due to terrain or access issues. With geology student Kevin Walsh, he analyzed flood patterns near Riverside Bridge. Walsh noted spring floods could have carried debris downstream, hiding Ashley's bike. They targeted a ravine 2.3 miles from the bridge for a May 1998 search. Volunteers, including Ashley's family, joined, armed with metal detectors and hope. On May 23rd, at 2:15 p.m., volunteer Jim Caldwell spotted chrome in the ravine. Buried in mud and weeds, Ashley's motorcycle emerged, grass woven through its spokes. Torres stared, heart pounding, but the bike raised more questions. No skid marks or crash debris marked the ravine's edge. The chrome was intact, but parts were deliberately damaged. Ashley's helmet, cracked but not shattered, lay 15 feet away. This wasn't an accident. Someone had placed a bike here. The state crime lab confirmed it. Paint scrapes and dents suggested the bike was moved, possibly by truck. No blood or DNA tied Ashley to a crash. Expensive components were missing, hinting at theft. Inside the helmet, a folded paper bore Ashley's handwriting. If found, check old mine shaft. AM. She'd survived the initial incident, leaving a clue. But what mine shaft? And who hit her bike? Torres felt the truth closing in, but the community's silence loomed. Was someone still protecting a killer? The note in Ashley's helmet changed everything. Torres scoured mining records, finding an abandoned copper mine 500 yards from the ravine, sealed in the 1960s but weathered open. In June 1998, he led a team with mine safety experts to explore it. Inside, they found a makeshift camp. Sleeping bags, water containers, food rations, Ashley's dead police radio. Someone had lived here, treating injuries with medical supplies. The setup suggested weeks, maybe months, of survival. But the camp was neat, as if the occupant planned to return. Among the supplies, a water-damaged journal in Ashley's handwriting told a harrowing story. On September 14, 1991, she crashed her bike near Riverside Bridge, injuring her leg. Disoriented, she crawled to the mine shaft for shelter, using her first aid kit and rations. She tried signaling with her radio, but the rock walls blocked it. She climbed out several times, seeking help, but pain and confusion drove her back. Entries grew shaky, detailing hunger and fear. On October 7th, 23 days later, she wrote, "Someone's coming, finally going home." The journal ended there. No remains were found. Torres theorized someone found Ashley, rescuer or captor, but didn't report it. In December 1998, rancher Bill Morrison, 78, came forward. He claimed that in October 1991, he'd found an injured woman in a torn police uniform on his land, 5 miles from a mine. He drove her to County General Hospital, 60 miles away, but never learned her fate. Hospital records from 1991 were missing, lost in a 1995 system upgrade, or deliberately destroyed. Staff from that era were gone. The hospital, owned by a corporation tied to local politicians, stonewalled Torres. The journal and Morrison story suggested Ashley survived weeks in the mine, possibly rescued, but no record confirmed it. Had she been treated under a false name? Was Morrison mistaken? Torres suspected a cover-up. The bike's placement, the missing records, the community's silence, it all pointed to someone powerful hiding the truth. Were they protecting a local figure, a criminal, or something bigger? Torres retraced the other disappearances. Dale Hoffman and Gary Peterson vanished near Riverside Bridge, their cases eerily similar. He interviewed old-timers who hinted at a local problem, but refused to elaborate. The Mackenzie place resurfaced in whispers. Had it been a hideout? Torres searched it again, finding nothing new. By 1999, leads dried up. Budget cuts sidelined the case. Torres retired in 2000, haunted by his failure to find Ashley. Robert Mitchell died in 2001, never knowing his daughter's fate. Margaret kept Ashley's room untouched, a shrine to hope. The mines camp was the closest anyone came to answers. Ashley's courage shone through her journal, a testament to her fight to survive. But who found her that October night? Did she make it to the hospital, only to vanish again? Or did someone ensure her story stayed buried? The community's silence held the key, but it wouldn't break. What secret was worth hiding for 7 years? On a quiet Missouri highway, Ashley Mitchell's motorcycle roared one last time, then fell silent. For 7 years, Benton County searched for her officer, a woman who fixed cars and hearts with equal care. Her bike, hidden in a ravine in her journal, tucked in a mine shaft, told of a desperate fight to survive. But the trail ended there. A rancher's tale of a hospital drop-off, missing records, and a community's silence painted a darker picture. Someone didn't want Ashley found. Was it a lone predator, a local secret, or a conspiracy tied to Riverside Bridge? Her journal's final words, "Someone's coming," echo as a plea and a mystery. Cedar Falls carries her story in its bones, a wound unhealed. The mine holds no more clues, but the truth is out there, buried in whispers no one dares speak. What really happened to Ashley Mitchell? And why does a small town guard its secrets so fiercely? Her badge, retired, sits in a glass case, a reminder that some questions don't fade, they haunt.